He is asking about what was the stand of the Jamaat Ahmadiyya between the years 1940 and 1945. Did you work in secret under the instructions of the British government?
And who revealed the secret to them? You see, these, unfortunately, many Arabs read anti-Ahmadiyya literature and they do not have access to the original books to which they refer. And they pick up a thing from here and from there and convey to the Arabs whatever they want to convey, charged with the hostility against Ahmadiyya. And they accept it. Very unfair. It is like reading Salman Rushdie to know the character of Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It will be a mad man who does it. But they do it with relation to Muslim Wasallam. I do not care. But when someone hits at them, then they say, no, it's not fair, it's not fair. Fairness remains the same in application to everyone. What is not fair to Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is not fair to the Mahdi, who is to be his perfect slave. So, first of all, this is a very unfair question. Well, it's not related to any fact. And he has derived some conclusion, not directly, but he is being fed by the conclusions of others. So I warn him, I request him, beseech him, not to adopt this attitude. This will not lead him to truth. The whole world knows that of all the religious Jamaats of India, it was Jamaat Ahmadiyya which supported the cause of Muslim League and the cause of Pakistan. This is the truth. The whole world knows that despite the fact that all the ulama of Jamiyat ulama and those who have made a Majlis Khatme or Tahaffuz Khatme Nabuwat, they were deadly opposed to the creation of Pakistan and they were enemies of Qadian. The one Jamaat which was religious and organized, who offered sacrifices and outstanding sacrifices for the cause of Pakistan, was Jamaat Ahmadiyya. Now, if he doesn't believe me, he may not, but he should believe the history written by Rais Jafri, who was appointed by the Muslim League to write an authentic history of creation of Pakistan. He writes in his book, and you've got the reference? Not here. Tomorrow bring the reference. He says when all the religious Jamaats of India opposed Pakistan and played in the lap of Congress, in Indian Congress, there was one exception, that was Jamaat Ahmadiyya. And then the way he quotes the sacrifices in fantastic, help by money, with effort, with physical and financial sacrifices, etc. The very moving incidents which he quotes in favor of him. And he was not an Ahmadi. He was an official person appointed by the Muslim League to preserve the history of Pakistan. I don't know on what rubbish people are fed nowadays, but I have got the clue to the person who has written this book, or the type of people who have written this book. He has fixed a time period. He has, instead of asking a straightforward, honest question, did you support Pakistan or did you oppose it? But he says between that year and that year, what did you do? You see, it has a significance. The significance is that it is not a question of British government or Indian government or this and that. It's a question of a considered opinion of the leader of the Jamaat Ahmadiyya during that period. Much before that, it was at his advice that Qaid-e-Azam, who had abandoned the cause of Pakistan and the Muslim League, disgusted with the attitude of the Muslims, by the attitude of the Muslims of India, it was he who invited him and it was the Imam of the London Mosque, Abdul Rahim Dard, who went to seek Qadi-Azam, who had become so angry and disappointed with the attitude of the Muslims, and particularly the mullahs, that he returned to England for doing his practice. He was a very rich, very powerful and capable advocate. So he said, well, I return to my profession and leave them alone. They are not worthy of my services. Hazrat Muslim Maud, my late father, who was the Khalifa during the period he has quoted, he sent the Imam Masjid to Qadi-Azam and told him, you argue with him on these lines. Tell him it's not a question of your personal reaction. It's a question of the life and death of the Muslims of the subcontinent. You must sacrifice everything and return to serve the cause of the Muslims as a whole, and this is what I request you, otherwise the history will not forgive you. And he accepted. Yet, during those days, Hazrat Muslim Maud had a firm belief that it would be much better for the cause of Islam if we could have reached a formula, political formula, which would guarantee the rights of the Muslims in a united India. If somehow we could reach a formula whereby division could be avoided, then that should be the preference. This was his considered opinion, and he had reasons to believe in this. And this exactly was the stance of Qadi-Azam himself. For a long time he remained a member of Indian Congress before being sold to the idea of Pakistan. With this determined effort to seek legal provisions guaranteeing the safety and the rights of the Muslims in the subcontinent, whereby their rights could not be trampled upon by a hostile majority. This was his formula as well. Hazrat Muslim Maud wrote articles on this. He suggested that these are the lines if you adopt, if they are acceptable to Congress and to the British government, it will be the ideal thing to have a united India with semi-independence for Muslim majority areas, but with one united India overall. When he realized ultimately, by 1945, that Congress was not honest in contemplating such a formula, then he openly declared. He said, I have tried my best, but I must admit that now the only path left for the Muslims is to support Qadi-Azam for the creation of an independent Pakistan. From then on till the last word, till the partition, all the services of the Jamaat were left at the disposal of Qadi-Azam, and he has mentioned it himself. See, this is the whole story. So some mullah must have quoted from some sermon during that period which I have explained what was the significance of that and what was his political philosophy. Even today in Pakistan there are leaders who say that it was a mistake to have created Pakistan, because our interests would have been better served if we had remained united. But Hazrat Muslim Maud was working on this from a different angle. He said Islam is a universal religion. If you continue to make small islands for the safety of Islam, this is escapism. You must conquer the whole of India through preaching, by remaining here and fighting it out through struggle on behalf of the Quran and the message of the Muhammad Rasulullah. This is the nutshell of his argument. Would the British, feed him with all this? Would the British tell him it is the purpose of the Quran and Muhammad Rasulullah will be best served by remaining here and guaranteeing your rights? How stupid it is. to say that this is the British government's suggestion or quiet breathing into his ears, which resulted in this attitude of his. All rubbish, meaningless. I'm sorry. Jazakumullah. He's become an expert now, mashallah. Huh? He notes down, jots down small notes and rebuilds it beautifully. Now I'm not worried anymore of long spells of talking. I know you will cover them, inshallah.
This is why I stopped taking notes as well.
And how you look much better than before in health. Eh? You're improving, mashallah. Alhamdulillah. Your hands are becoming now strong and face is also filling up with the grace of Allah. Alhamdulillah. Now next question, please.
Yes, this is